So a very good morning to Dr. Nicholas and fellow friends. Today our group, which is Group A, will be presenting our report title on reducing plastic pollution in the environment. First of all, we all know that humans are blessed with high intelligence if compared to other animals. Thus, we become the dominant species here. Therefore, we create a landscape, mass-produce food, and create numerous revolutionary inventions. And one of these revolutionary inventions is plastic. In the 1900s, we found a way to transform black gold into plastic, and the plastic that is formed through polymerization, which means that the monomers are joined together to form a long-chain polymers, which are able to produce plastic that is light, durable, and inert to most chemical reaction. Ever since then, we use plastic into our daily life because plastic is so cheap until that we can mass produce it for use for many purposes, such as to make clothes, to create preserving food packages. So what is the problem here? Know that how beneficial the plastic is. The problem here is that plastic is non-biodegradable, as every time when we humans dispose it to the natural environment, it will take about 20 to 1000 years to be fully decomposed, and during that time, before it decomposes, it will harm, and those plastic waste will pollute the ecosystem, of course, and at the same time will pose significant harms to the humans and the animals. Thus, in response to this issue, Group A has come up with a report with a title of Awareness in Reducing Plastic Pollution, and at the same time, we are trying to propose to create a smart city bin that especially for collect plastic waste. So to know more detail about the smart city bins and the points of the awareness in reducing plastic pollution, stay tuned, relax, and watch the video until the end. Thank you.
Has anyone ever sit down somewhere and wondered, why does our earth is so full of trash? No? Well, neither do I. But this is a very serious matter, and we need to figure out the causes in which such pollution ever happened, such as this, and this. For starter, the increase of plastic pollution was caused by the increase in plastic production, which gradually increased every year. Statistically, humans buy 1 million plastic bottles per minute, which is a lot, and over 91% of it are not recycled, which end up in the ocean. According to a study by Hannah Ritchie and Max Rosser in 2018, the increase in plastic production throughout the year is over 200 times fold of the cumulative plastic production worldwide from 1950 to 2015, in which only 2 million metric tons of plastic produced in 1950 and around 381 million metric tons in 2015, and produced 7.8 billion metric tons of cumulative plastic production in 2015. If you ever wonder what caused the increase in production, it's human. Throughout the century, human population has continued to increase, which also increased the demand worldwide. According to the UN, around 7.8 billion human population currently will increase around 2 billion more by 2050, primarily in Asia and Africa. This resulting to the middle class globally will increase by 400 million households by 2039, in which enabling the plastic market growth. Well, how does the increase in population affect plastic production? It is due to money. As production improves the people intellect, more and more people in the planet able to improve their status to middle class or even upper class. This improvement in classes enable them to earn and buy more, causing more demand and thus increasing production, which resulting to more waste. So as population increase, it increased demand, and more money will be spent, thus decreasing production with resulting waste, as you can see in the TV.
Hi, my name is Datu Muhammad Izlan with metric number 60611, and I am from Group 8. So I'm gonna talk about one of the causes of plastic pollution, which is the way to dispose the plastic. As we know, plastics have complex chemical composition, and it makes the plastic to be durable and do not break easily. Plastic and resins have different properties related to contaminant adsorption and absorption depending on their chemical composition. The polymer degradation takes a long period of time due to saline environment and cooling effect of the sea. These are contributory factors to the persistence of plastic debris in certain environments. Findings carried out by the marine experts have made them to predict the rates of decomposition, of different plastic products, such as the beverage holder will take about 400 years to degrade, another plastic cup take about 450 years to degrade, and a fishing line take around 600 years to degrade. The burning of plastic is toxic, which can harm the atmospheric pressure and resulting to deadly illness. Therefore, if it is in a landfill, the releasing of toxins in that area is continuous. Most of the waste in the form of plastic in landfills are single-use items such as packaging. When plastics are being discarded or disposed in this way, it leads to accumulation. But disposing plastic waste in landfills has less gas emission risk than disposal through incineration. The landfills have space limitations. Another factor to be considered here is that the liners acting as protective layers between the landfills and environment can break, thereby leaking toxin and contaminating the nearby soil and water. The recycling of plastics is not enough to reduce the large number of plastics, but it will be considered as the good way to prevent the increasing usage of plastic. The process of recycling plastic could result to the release of plastic irritants and harmful chemicals into the environment. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Natali Urebujang and my metric number is 70692. I will present my part, which is the effects of plastic pollution on terrestrial life. Plastic pollution has a great impact toward terrestrial food chain. Polluting plastic, which come in a variety of sizes, have an impact on even the tiniest species such as plankton. When small organisms get poisoned as the result of ingesting plastic, it affects the larger animals that rely on them for sustenance. Besides, plastic pollution can bring an impact toward animals. Usually, animals are attracted to plastic bags and food containers because they contain food particles and odor that appeal to them, causing them to chew the plastic bags. The plastics become permanently trapped in the animal digestive tracts. This would preventing food from passing through and causing death from malnutrition or illness. For instance, birds and mammals such as sheep and goat have been found dead after swallowing plastic bags. Moreover, the surfaces of the tiny fragments of plastic may carry disease-causing organisms and acts as a vector for diseases in the environment. Microplastic can also interact with soil fauna, affecting their health and soil functions. For instance, earthworms make their burrow differently when microplastics are present in the soils. So this will affecting the earthworms' fitness and the soil conditions. So that is all from me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Asbih Hajan. My matric number 75899. Today I want to present about pollution plastic effect to marine life. Plastic pollution has resulted from the widespread use of plastics, which has had numerous negative consequences for humans, plants, and aquatic life. Malaysia is one of the largest countries in the Southeast Asia with people who love seafood. However, the use of too much plastic causes marine life such as fish, turtles, squid, and so on to become extinct. This is also caused the sea to be filled with plastic that destroy the marine habitats. This can be evidenced by documentation of marine life that die as a result of eating plastic thrown into the sea. The plastic that the fish eat is known as a microplastic that causes fish death. Microplastic is one of the causes of fish death because it has small size, which result from large plastic that are thrown into the sea by irresponsible consumers. Plastic dumped by consumers into the sea take 100 years to decompose. This is because the discarded plastic will decompose slowly. In the long run, it is very likely that fish from the sea will need to filter before being sold to any store, because they are worried that the content in the fish meat contains harmful plastic material. If the use of disposable plastic is still widespread, this may happen because the sea water filled with garbage discarded by the user. and we also can see many large animals like seal, penguins, whales, and so on because their habitat are destroyed due to the plastic that are not eradicated. The food source of marine life will also be affected by the chemicals contained in the plastic.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Iqbal bin Subyan, and for this part of the video, I'll be explaining the health effects of plastic pollution. Now for plastic chemicals that I would like to discuss. First is bisphenol A, or BPA for short. Here is the chemical structure of BPA. BPA is used as coatings for food cans, bottles, and baby bottles. Exposure. Exposure can happen through ingestion of contaminated food and water. High-risk groups. Groups who are more likely to suffer the severe health effects are more prone to exposure. For this case, female and children. Why? Because BPA can act as endocrine disruptor, it can mimic estrogen, and since our body cannot differentiate them both, it can cause ovarian disorder, early puberty, and cardiovascular disorder. Next is phthalates. Here is the chemical structure of phthalates, and depending on the side chain, phthalates can be used as medical supplies, raincoats, and shower curtains. And some phthalates can also be used as solvents for lacquer, varnishes, and personal care products. So exposure. Frequent contact such as mouthing for infants, ingestion of contaminated food and milk, and lastly, frequent use of personal care products such as perfume, cologne, and cosmetic products. Male children and infants are more prone to exposure and the severe health effects because phthalates can act as anti-estrogen. It prevents function of testosterone and it will cause testicular dysgenesis disorder, obesity, and asthma. And finally, we have vinyl chloride and styrene. Here are the structure of vinyl chloride and styrene. Vinyl chloride can be used for PVC, which is for plumbing, and then styrene can be used as food packaging or polystyrene cup. Main exposure is through inhalation of fume to manufacturing, burning, and so on. And workers are more prone to exposure. Both vinyl chloride and styrene are carcinogens. Vinyl chloride can cause tumors on liver, lung, and brains, whereas styrene can cause leukemia and pancreatic cancer. In mild case, irritation. In severe case, fatigue and depression. That is all from me. Thank you.
If we don't protect nature, we can't protect ourselves.
Hello everyone, my name is Evelyn Erfanan and my matrix number is 69645. I'm going to present my part, which is solution to reduce plastic pollution for individuals. There are 4 points that I highlight here, where the first point is to avoid the usage of plastic product. We cannot entirely avoid using plastic products since we have grown accustomed to them and they are inexpensive. We can, however, avoid using plastic products that are easily replaced by eco-friendly alternatives. For example, we can replace plastic bag with reusable bag when we go shopping, which also known as shopping friendly. In addition, you can use your voice as a customer to refuse straw and plastic stirrer at restaurant or cafe. The next point is, if we cannot avoid using plastic bags or other product for some reason, try to reuse them as much as possible before throwing them away, because we have a habit of tossing the plastic bags and containers that come with packaged food practically immediately after use, despite the fact that they can be reused several times. Take for example, instead of throwing away the plastic bottle of mineral water that we bought, we can reuse it. Besides that, we can do a recycle to reduce plastic pollution. We have to gather and treat worn objects and material that are about to be discarded in order to produce material that can be reused. To handle products that cannot be recycled properly. Try to choose items that come in non-plastic, recycled, and recyclable packaging. The last point is to make a better choice at home by opting for products with less plastic packaging. Move away from the throw-away culture. For instance, microbeads containing cosmetic and personal hygiene products should be avoided. That's all from me. Thank you.
Greeting to my lecturer. Before I start my part, let me introduce myself. My name is Nur Atirah binti Awang and my matrix number is 73129. So my part is about solution for countries. So the first solution is participate in or organize a beach or river cleanup to help eliminate plastic from the ocean and prevent them from entering in the first place. So this is the one of the most immediate and gratifying methods to combat plastic waste in the ocean. The second solution is help organization fighting plastic pollution. So there is a Oceanic Society, Plastic Waste Coalition, Five Grace, Algalita, Plastic Soap Foundation, and others are among the non-profit groups aiming to decrease and eliminate ocean plastic pollution in a variety of ways. So this organization rely on donations from people like you to carry on their vital job. Product standard. So product standards, certifications, and labeling regulations can all be designed to educate the public about the environmental implication of plastic, as well as the health and safety risks associated with its manufacture and usage. For the last solution is taxes and economic incentive. Government can also levy taxes to discourage the manufacturing of use of single-use plastic or provide tax breaks, subsidies, and other economic incentive to encourage the use of alternative to single-use item. For example, like Portugal and Denmark respectively have used these economic instruments effectively to encourage the usage of reusable and recycled products. So taxes and incentive can be applied to certain enterprises such as the supermarket or plastic manufacturers for specific items like plastic coffee cups, lids, or soda bottle. Thank you. That's all for me.
My name is Wisrambo Analani with matrix number 77676. So now I'm gonna present to you guys about our green project. According to our topic about plastic pollution, we decided to create a bin that only used for plastic removal. Our green project is a plastic smart bin. Plastic smart bin is a bin that can change plastic into a money. People who throw the plastic into the plastic smart bin will get the fees according to the weight of the plastic package. Minimum weight of plastic is 100 gram, can get the cost around 2 ringgit, and the maximum weight of the plastic is 2.5 kilogram, and they can get fees around 50 ringgit. So this is our plastic smart bin. Plastic smart bin has two part of machine, that bin machine and the payment machine. So at the part of the bin we prepare two doors. The first door is above the machine for people putting the plastic package, and the second door is under the machine that will remove the plastic package if inside the package can have waste material other than plastic. So inside the bins we also place the scanner and the scale. For the payment machine we will put the device or system to exchange the weight into a price. So in front of the payment machine we also decided to put the touch screen that will show the total of weight and how much cost people can get. So under the screen, we'll also put the bill insurer to complete the payment. So this is our design of plastic smart bin. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Sairon bin Sailon. My matrix number is 70501. My group is a group 8. Before I start my part is a conclusion. In nutshell, awareness of the reducing plastic pollution is very important for all sections of society, whether young or old. This is because it is to reduce the visibility of plastic waste and raises awareness about the impact of plastic waste disposal on the environment, which if we look at the cumulative graph of the total plastic production worldwide from year 1950 to 2015 as a whole showed a drastic increase. Moreover, the authority need to be a concern about the awareness in reducing plastic pollution, and we hope our group proposal to address this issue is adopted and makes the motivation for future modernization, which is our group has decided to build plastic smart bins in public location, where we're using the concept of self-functioning vending machine will automatically reward people who use money based on the weight of plastic waste collected. Therefore, it can also help in terms of the nation economy if the manufacture of the modern tools such as plastic smart bins can be implemented with success for sure many foreign country will import and make it a public facility for the country, and our country will be exporting because of the existence of the those who created smart facility tools like there's plastic smart bins. Additionally, indirectly, the objective of awareness to reduce pollution of the plastic is achieved because with an initiative like this, consumer will feel a loss if they do not use plastic smart bin, which is can get a benefit from the waste disposal. Ultimately, the government also need to focus on the reduction of plastic waste from early school to educate the next generation to be aware of the effect of plastic waste disposal to make our country developed and free from garbage, especially from plastic pollution.